Okay. So last class we have seen the concept of class and object, right? So that is under OOPS concept we have seen. And I have given some assignment on Java program, I guess. I've given a program, right? I don't remember which one I gave. Hmm. Array one or which one?
Array we did, right? That
Okay.
reversing, that we
Uh-huh.
did. That we
Okay,
did.
fine.
Swap
Okay,
also we did.
okay. We'll see one more program today, okay, so that we can cover one program every time.
Okay.
Fibonacci do so this one is also one program, common program in Java it is used. So we'll see this one today. So you know what is Fibonacci, right? Start.
Fibonacci series, right?
Ah, public static void
I
main.
forgot actually.
Okay, fine. String arguments, string type. Okay. So Fibonacci in the sense, when you add first number to the second number, the result of is the third number. So 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2,
Two,
right? 2 plus 1 is 3, 3
three.
plus 2 is 5, like this. Then it. So
Okay.
this is called Fibonacci series. Okay. So this one. So how to achieve this? Any idea that how you can do? Any logic you can apply for it?
So initially, I think we have to initiate one variable with
Mm-hmm.
0
Yes.
as then another variable I think we need, right, to initiate
Yes.
second one,
Mm.
second
Mm.
number.
Mm.
Then third variable will be Fibonacci number.
Mm.
We have to make a plus, I mean in first
Mm.
number plus second number.
Mm. That's true.
Uh,
That's great. So you know
uh,
that. So first is we need to initialize two numbers, right? So integer type n1 is, let us say I'm giving n1. First number is 0. Then I'm sorry. Then I'm initializing n2 as 1. Okay. And also I'm initializing n3. Not declaring, only initializing, because the
yeah,
addition of n1 and n2 should be there under n3. That is the one thing. Then we need to write, then what we need to do? We need to use a for loop over here so that
uh,
it will continue from first number plus second number, it will add and it will store in third one, right?
yeah,
Then, so for that, I need one variable. Let us say I. Okay. Till how
yeah,
much I want. This is a n number, right? So let us say we will take it till 10, 10 values. So count I
yeah,
will take as 10. So these are the things. First, I will initialize and declare. Fine.
yeah,
Then what is the requirement in output? First, we want this 0 and 1. That 2 will get it from directly. We print this 2, right? So we'll
yeah.
print this too, so we'll get this one. So I'll write system dot out dot print ln, print first n1. Okay, then I need some space, then I will print n2. So these two are printed, fine. Then what I want the third number is the addition of first and second, right? So it will
Yeah.
do on a loop basis. So what I will do is I'll run a loop and I value I will initialize. Okay. So first two is already we have it, right? So 0
Yeah.
and 1 we have. So it should start from the second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Third.
what I will do is loop starts from the 0 and 1 is already there. So we'll start it from the second one. So I will write I is equal to 2 over here.
Hmm.
And I should be less than count because we want only till 10. So that's why I count. Then what it will do?
I plus plus.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So, okay. I plus plus 1 second. I plus plus. Fine. I plus plus. Then inside that, what exactly it will do? It will add N1 plus n2, and it should store in n3, right? So it will store in
Yeah.
n3. So it is done. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So it will store in n3. Now 1 is stored in n3. Then we need to print that, right? So this n3 value we need to print. System.out.println. So it will print n3. Fine. Okay. So n3 is printed. Then now 0, 1 is done. 0 plus 1 is done. And here it will print till here. What are the output we will get? First we will get 0, then we will get 1, then we will get 0 plus 1. Okay, that is 1. Next what? We want to get the addition of 1 plus 1. That is n2 and n3. Sorry, n2 and the value of n3, right?
Yeah.
So again we can't write like n2 plus n3,
N1
right?
equal to N2, I guess, right?
Very good. So what we need to do, just we need to swap it. So values, we'll get the value of n2 to n1 first,
Then
then
N2
n2
to
to
N3.
n3 value to n2,
Yeah.
right? So now n1 and n2 value is set. Fine. So n1 and n2 value is set. So that's why I've given the swap one last time. Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
N1 and n2 done. So now the value we got. Okay. So this loop is ended. Fine.
Yeah.
Expected by there.
I think semicolon instead of
No, no,
comma.
no, 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 no. Why semicolon is required? Comma is not. Oh, sorry, sorry. Huh. I have given here comma.
Yeah, last time also made same mistake. Yes. At least here, yeah, it will suggest. It's very good.
Yes. Okay, done. Okay. So we'll run this one and see what saving it. Okay. Okay, we got this output. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. Okay. So this way we will get it, the output.
Okay.
Okay, so this is called the Fibonacci series. Like this, we have many series like prime. Then we have one more, what is called Armstrong number. Then we have even or odd. These are the Java programs mostly widely means the for the basic no we can practice these all programs. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then next we have what we have done in last class for Java. We have seen the constructor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So under constructor, so what is basically a constructor?
uh,
Constructor.
I mean, oops, under created a constructor, right? Class name
Ha.
with
Class name same as the constructor
object
name. And why
construct.
it is used? The main objective of using constructor is to initialize the object. Okay. To initialize the object, we use the constructor, right? So that is the main objective of constructor. So that's why constructor is used. And also, what is the main thing here? When you are creating an object, you are initializing that object using constructor, and the execution also starts from the constructor itself. Okay. So the object creation, whatever we are doing, it is the creation is done by the constructor and the execution starts from there. So that's the main reason of creating the constructor. Okay, so there are two types of constructor I mentioned. One is the default constructor and another one is parameterized constructor. Here what we have used? We have used the parameterized constructor where we have passed parameters over here. If you can see here, we have passed two parameters here. One is string type m, integer type y, and we have assigned these parameters to our variables. And then we have give the values to that variable so that these values are passed as a parameter, and while executing it will display these two under this when we call this display method, right? So that is the use of constructor. Okay. So there is one more thing like in constructor. Okay. When we use this is the parameterized, right? Another one I said the default constructor. So default constructor can be called by using this keyword. What is the keyword? This keyword. So what is the use of this keyword? This keyword is used to call same class constructor. Okay. So let us say when we will use this keyword. This keyword is used when we have two classes and one class is inherit to another class. So there then sorry one. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So when we have this inheritance concept, okay. So there, what happens, there will be a one parent class and there will be a and one child class. In today's topic, we will discuss about inheritance. So here, if in one class you have the methods, variables, and in another class you are calling these methods and variables, okay, by you creating a main method over here. Right now you can see that we have only one class. Inside that only we have created the main method, but we can do achieve this thing by having this way also. In one class I will create this thing and then again I will create another class. There I will have only the main method. Okay, only the main method I will have. Then I want to call these methods, sorry, methods and constructor. Then I will use the this keyword. Okay, so what is the use of when you can use the this keyword? It is used to call the same class constructor. There is another keyword. These are the main keywords in Java. That is the super keyword. Okay, when this super keyword is used, when we have this parent-child relationship and there is a parent class is called as a super class and child class is called as a subclass, and you want to use the super class methods to the child class, then you will use super keyword. Okay, it is used to call super class constructor. First one is used to call the same class constructor, this keyword. When it is comes to super and subclass inheritance concept, then you will use super keyword used to call super class constructor. Okay, so we'll see with example these two. Okay, in today's class when I'll start the inheritance. Fine. So that's what there are two different types of keywords are used in constructor that we will see today. Next, what else we have? So why I'm explaining about constructor? What is the use of constructor in Selenium? First of all, we'll see that what is the concept in Java. Then we need to see that why this concept is we are discussing about that concept, right? How it is implemented in Selenium. Okay. So if I talk you about in Selenium perspective, why where constructor is used, I'll show you. So here in this program, okay, in this program, we have created this driver, right? It's a object we have created for this WebDriver interface, right?
Yeah.
So this driver and through this object only we are calling all this in default methods and locating the elements and everything we are doing over here, right? So now let us say this is one program. Okay, this is one program where you have done it. You have initialized the object and you have added that through this you have called this. Again, see here this is one program. Again, I have created another program last class. And here what I did, again I have created the driver object. But this is not recommended when you are creating a framework. Okay, again and again we cannot create this driver object. Okay, to to synchronize your object. Okay, the main thing is to synchronize that object we need constructor. Okay, so right now here again created, here also created, that is not recommended. For in actual framework, what we will do is this WebDriver through web, we will create a constructor for this WebDriver interface and then we'll use that in multiple classes. We will not create again and again. I will show you how to achieve that also. For now, you just remember that how we use constructor in Selenium. So you use constructor in Selenium to synchronize object of this WebDriver. Okay. So this is the object of the WebDriver, right? So we can have multiple classes. Right now you can see only 3 classes over here, but in your actual framework there will be multiple classes to handle your complete project, right? So for different, like let us say there are 10 to 20 features are there. Each features are having multiple scenarios, test scenarios. So for different features, we no need to write or the same code again and again. Okay. So there, what we will do, we will create this thing, this one piece of line inside one constructor and call that constructor in each and every feature. Okay. That's how we can use the synchronization concept, okay, where we can synchronize the constructor driver object and use it anywhere. Means use means call it, okay. And if you talk in Java language, then call that constructor anywhere you want. So that's the use of the constructor, okay. So that's why it is used. Now let's move back to the Java again. Fine. So that's how the concept of constructor last time we have seen for default one and parameterized one. Today we will see the concept of inheritance. Inheritance is also a concept of OOPS. Okay, this is the third concept, that is inheritance. Okay. So what basically inheritance in layman language? In inheritance means when a child is inheriting a properties of your parent, then it is called inheritance, right? So that's the concept of inheritance. Here, similarly, in Java also, we use the concept of inheritance where we'll create a class. Okay, this is a class, and again, I will create another class by using the properties of the first class or parent class or super class. Okay, you can say super class, subclass, parent class, child class. Okay, or existing class, new class. Like this, anything you can name it. Fine, in an inheritance. So let us say this is my class and I'll give a name to this again. Let us say I'm giving parent. Let us say I'm giving it parent. So I've created a one class which is called a parent class, and then I will create another class which is called a child class. Okay, so inside this class, let us say I'm having one method. Okay, let us say I'm having one method, void login method. Let us say I'm having this method called void login, and it will have some output system.out.println. It will print some, sorry, login method. It's a login method. Just a simple example I'm giving. Okay. So this is the class we have created. Then I will create another class that is called the child class. Okay. I'll create another class that will called as a child class. So public class child. Okay. Then I want to use this method of the parent class. I want to use the method of this parent. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, so now I want to use this login method from the parent class to child class. For that, in inheritance in Java, we have a keyword use is called extends. This keyword is used for inheritance. Okay, so when I will use extends, then I need to give the parent class name over here. What is the parent class name here? Parent class name is parent. So that's the name, right? So this name I have given over here. Okay, so now it is throwing me one error. What error it is throwing? Let's see what error it is showing. Okay, move class child to child data, make child not public. Okay, later I will public, do it public and whatever. Okay, so this is once I created it, then I will, now I can use this method here, right? I can use this method here. How can I use it? How can I use it? See, I will use it like this. Let us say I want to use the same method over here. create the same method. Okay, void login I will create. I have some more data over here. Print ln. Okay, I'll have child login, child login. Okay, child login method. Fine. So I have another one. Fine. This one is I am having it. Now what I will do is I will create. Okay, what I will do is I will create a main method. Okay, let us say I will create a main method. Public static void main with main string type arguments, string type arguments. Okay, I have created string type arguments, and then I'll create an object. Let's say I'm creating object of parent class object, object equal to new parent. Okay, and with this object I will call this login method. Fine, I'll call this login method with this object. This one will be, says, will be inside between class. Okay. Uh, mm, okay. Fine. So what I did is I created one class, parent class. Inside that I have one method, login method. I created another class which extends the parent class properties. And I have the same method over here. Then I created an object of this parent class and I call this login method. Now let me know when I execute this program, what will be the output? What will be the output? Both are a login method. Which one JVM will take?
So the object is created for parent, right? So
Okay.
it will go for parent one.
Yes. So the object is created for parent. So it will go for the parent one. Now let us say I want this one, this method to be executed. How I will achieve it? Okay. This one I want to, with this object only, created parent object only, but I want this one, this method to execute. So how I will achieve it? For that, what I need, there is a concept called method overriding. Okay. What is the concept called method overriding? So what is this method overriding will do? The method which you have created under child class wants to override the parent class method. Then we have a keyword which is used in Java is called override. So this one you have to use. Before creating the method, you will use this one called override. Okay. So now when we run the program, okay, next is for this parent class. Okay. This is the parent class, right? Parent class object you have created. You will create that object and you will call the child class constructor. Okay. Then only it will call. This way you have to do. Parent class object for child class constructor you will call, then this overrided method will call. So if I run this one, it will give me the result of the call the child class, child login method. Okay, this is the concept of inheritance and method overriding. Okay, so what it does, method overriding happens in inheritance only. Okay, there is a two things, two concept is there. One is method overriding, another one is method overloading. We'll see overloading also. So in inheritance, we have a concept of method overriding. What it does, it will override the parent class method. Fine. If it is having a different name, then there is no need to write this override. Okay. But if it is having a same name, the same method you are having in both parent and child, and you want to override the parent class method, then you can use this override keyword. Fine. And while you overriding, what you need to do, this thing you need to remember that you have to create an object of parent class and you have to call the constructor of child class. Then it will override and it will give you the output. Okay, the previous one was a simple override, simple calling where we are, you want to call this parent class means you just need to create a parent class object with the parent class constructor and call that. It will give you the output login method. But in override, you just need to use like this. Okay.
So that do we need to mention at override?
Yes, yes. If you want to override, means let us see, these two names are same, right?
Hmm.
Then your Xavier will get confused. Okay, so which method to call? If you are overriding, then you have to write this override annotation. This is called at the rate is used for annotation. Okay, this annotation you have to use. Then you have to call like this. Fine.
Okay. So if we remove that annotation, then it will take from parents, parent one.
It will not remove, it will not throw any error. But as a concept of override, what we do is we use annotation. Okay, that's the way we
Okay.
have mentioned in Java. We have this concept of override because see, it's an LO, right? If you remove it
Hmm.
also, there is no what error is throwing.
Okay.
But to understanding purpose, we use this called override annotation over here. So if you see these annotations are used, different annotations are there in Java. So mostly depreciated is used. If that method is no longer used, then we will use this depreciated over there. Okay, then this override. Mostly these two are used. Okay. Okay. So here it shows one usage. It is used here. That's what it is showing.
So this is similar to the one we initiated driver one, right? Like
Right.
web driver.
Huh. Driver object we
Yeah.
have initialized. Then we have a concept of what I said about the parent child, right? This parent child concept in inheritance, it is called as a is a relationship. Okay. So what is a relationships? Is a relationship is used using this extend keyword. Basically, this inheritance concept is used for code reusability. Okay, why inheritance concept is used in from OOPS concept? Because of code reusability. No need to write the code again and again and use the same code by calling the object. We use okay is a relationship. Fine. So these all the classes extends which one? Java.language.java object. Okay. If you see, like if I have this extend one, okay, here I am not getting the documentation. Open in documentation tool. Let's see. It says there is nothing. Okay. But wherever. Mm, not coming up. Somewhere it should come that from where it is coming. So you just remember that all the classes, the main classes is coming from this java.language.object. Okay. So what it does is like what I told you, like there is one is the is a relationship is about the parent child, and you can use this extends keyword for that. It means one object is a type of another. Okay, so here whatever you object is creating of parent, but used it for child constructor, right? So that is the is a relationship. Okay, so that is the use of extend keyword. So extend keyword, or remember one thing that extend keyword is only used for class. So inheritance concept, you can use it for classes and also you can use it for interface also. We'll see the next OOPS concept, interface. So for now, just remember, we can use this inheritance concept in both. One is for classes, another is for interface. When you are using inheritance concept for these classes, okay, there are two classes, right? One is this one and this one. You will use this extends keyword. When you will use inheritance concept for interface, then you will use implements keyword. The keyword is called implements, okay? That is called interface. In interface, we will use it and I will show you how to use implements. Interface implements another interface. So that's how it is. Okay. So here right now we have written like this. One class we have created. We have one method in it. We have created another class and logged in override concept we have used, and inside that class only I have the method. Okay. I will create and show you another way to do the inheritance. Okay. Parent.java I've given. Okay, let's give another inheritance. Okay, I'll give only inheritance. I've created another class. I have a method inside it. Void, let us say void A is the method name. It's having system.out.println, just character A. Okay, fine. So then I will close this class. Okay. Then I will create another class. Okay, child. Okay, which extends, sorry, extends which one? Inheritance class. Okay, this class it extends. Fine. And then I'll create another method here. This is, let's say I'll create different method here, void b and system dot out dot println. Okay, so character b, let us say. Let's saving this. Okay. And I will close this class also. Fine. This class is also closed. Then I will have another class, public class. Okay. Test inheritance. Let us say this one is the class name I'm given. Okay. We have a class name like this, huh? Child one. Okay. I've created this. Then I've created another class, public class, test inheritance get. I will create main method inside it now. I am not creating main method in child class. Now I am creating inside another class. Okay. String type arguments. Fine. Inside this class, what I will do is I will create a object of, let us say, of this child class. Okay. So child one. Okay. I'll create an object of this one equal to new child one. Fine. Now I want to call the method of this one, child one. So what I will do, object dot b. When I do object dot b, it will call the method of this one, child class. And I want to call the method of parent class also. How I will call? Can I call with the method of object of the this one, child class? Yes, we can. Here, so this also we can call, because why I can do like this? Because I have created an object inside the another class. Okay, that's why I can use this way also. No need to, no need to create an object of the parent class and call the parent class method. That's not required. Okay, so this way also we can achieve it. What it says. Okay, this way also we can achieve it. Now, if I run it, it will call both. It is calling the first the child class method, then it calls the parent class method. How? Okay, because this object what you have created for the child class, but the child class is inheriting from the parent class, right? So by indirectly it is creating object for both, for child class also, for parent class also. So because this method is inherited from where? From the parent class. What is the parent class name? Inheritance. Okay, so that's why this object whatever you created for the child class is applicable for the parent class also, and it will call, when you call with that method name it will call it. So that's why this one is the already defined in the parent class, already defined in the inheritance parent class, but the previous one is the child method, right? And because we have used extends keyword, that's why throw like this also we can call it in another class. This is also one way. This is also another way. Inside the child class, you do it. Okay. These are the different ways. This one, what I have given an example, it's an example of easy relationship. The complete parent and child relationship we have. This one, what example I have given, this is called as override, method overriding concept. Okay. This one is for easy relationship. Similarly, if you see the real-time example, you can see this orange HRM screen, right? We have this orange HRM. Okay. Okay. Admin. Okay. So here we have something called organization job titles, page of, sorry, job categories. Okay, here you can see there are multiple job categories are there when you create the real test scenarios, right? So these job categories are some organization level, right? There will be someone manager, then there will be some employees. If there are employees and manager organization level it is there, then what you can do is you can create, okay, one class for manager, you can create one class for employee, you can extend the manager class to employee. Okay, this way you can do, right? So employee means manager will also come, craft worker, laborers, office and clerical workers, anyone, whoever here they are, they all will come under employee, right? So you can create a parent class as employee, then you can extend these all. Craft workers extends employee. Laborers extends employee. Office and clerical workers extends employee. What happens here? What you will do is you will write all the common functionality inside the employee class. And when you call extend that employee class to this all, right? So the whatever methods you have written there, no need to write it again in this, in these all classes. You can directly call that method and use it. That's called code reusability by using inheritance concept. Okay, we'll see this. We'll see the this example by creating a test scenarios also. Fine. So this is what about inheritance. Okay, where I will go here. Then we have this called multiple inheritance concept. Okay, there is two types of inheritance. One is the multiple inheritance, another one is multi-level inheritance. What is multi-level inheritance? In layman language, when I say about multi-level inheritance, your grandparents are there. After that, your parents came. After that, your child came. So this is called multi-level inheritance. The first grandparent, then parent, then child. One, the properties of your grandparent is inherited by your parents. The properties of your parents are inherited by your child. So this is called multi-level inheritance. That is there in Java. But what is multiple inheritance? Multiple inheritance means one class. Okay, you have defined one class as a parent class. and you want to inherit the properties of this parent class to two different child. That is not possible. Java never supported this multiple inheritance. Okay, directly you cannot use multiple inheritance concept in Java. In C++, it was there. Okay, but in Java, it's not there. So this multiple inheritance is not possible. Means one parent could have only one child here. Okay. I'm sorry. One parent could have multiple childs, but multiple parents, one child cannot have multiple parents. That is multiple inheritance concept, which is not there in Java. What I said, this child is extending inheritance, right? I will create another class, inheritance 1 and inheritance 2. There are two class. But I cannot write like this class child 1 extends inheritance 1 and inheritance 2. That is not possible. Okay. Why? There will be an ambiguity problem. Okay, we cannot use multiple parents, one child. We can have one child, one parent, multiple child. But multiple parents, one child is not supported. Okay. Okay, I'll show you one example. It will directly give you that issue and it will show you that it's not possible. Multiple inheritance class. Okay, I'll show this one. So let us say this is having a method called void show. Right? And it's having some system dot out dot println. So, okay, fine. So this is one method I have created. Then I will create another class. Okay, let us say A I'm creating class A. Okay, and then I'll have another method, the same method, let us say void so. Fine. This is another method I'm having here. And here also I'm having system dot out dot println. Okay. So let's say this is another class I have created. Fine. Then when I will do here, this is done. Then class B I'm creating. Okay. Extends. Fine. A, sorry, A not. I'll extend first multiple, comma, A. Okay. And then I will have this class extends this and this. Then I will have a block. It will throw me error. What it says? Class cannot extend multiple classes. This is not allowed. Okay. We cannot do like this. So how we will achieve this thing? Multiple class concept, how we will achieve? This one can be solved by using interface. Okay. So interface is used for multiple inheritance concept where you can have multiple inheritance and a class can be implement that interface, not extend. I again mentioned before also that for interface we will use the keyword called implements. So there we will use implement. Okay. And for interface we will write like this. We will create not like this. We will create, I'll delete this one, not required this thing. Delete. For interface, okay, we have this I. This is called interface. Okay. So let's say I'm creating one interface printable. Okay. So here you can see it's not coming as class. It is coming as interface. Okay. So this is interface concept. And here you have one method void print. Okay. Now, one more thing. In class, whenever you are creating a method, you need to define that method, means declare that method. Like you have to give what is there, the logic inside the method, right? You are writing the logic, but in interface, whenever creating a method, definite declaration of the method is not required. Okay, in interface, declaration of the method is not required. Fine. So here I have created one interface printable and I have created one method called print. Initialization is done, declaration is not done. Okay. So next I will create another interface. Interface. Okay. Sewable. This is another interface I am creating. Okay. There also I will create a method called void sew. Fine. Here also I am not declaring it. So next what I will do, I will go to a class. Because what I told, I want a multiple inheritance concept. I will create a class. Okay. Class. Let's say document is the name. Class document. Then to call both the parents, or that is the interface, I will use which keyword? Implements. Okay. And then I can call both the interface printable, comma, sewable. So there will be no error. Fine. Now these two we can call. Now, once you call it, what you have to do, you have to declare these methods here, here under this class. So how you will do it? Similarly, public void print. Okay, the first one, void print. Okay, it will print system dot out dot println print. Okay, then again you have to declare the second one, public void so. Okay, public void so system dot out dot println. Fine. And here so. Fine. See, now the error also gone. What I did, this is the way you can call the interface. Okay. So now the declaration done, initialization done, declaration done. Now I need to call this, right? I need to call this. Where I will create another class, public class test multiple inheritance. This is the class name. Okay. This is the main class. Public static void main string type arguments. Okay, string type arguments. Second. Okay, so inside that, what you need to do, you have to create an object. Whenever you want to create call the methods, you need to create an object. For whose object you will create, you will to create an object of this class. So for this class, we need to create an object. Okay, object equal to new document. Okay, and through this object you can call this method. So object dot print. Okay, so both are done. Fine. Oh, this one closes this closes this. Wipe what happened to this. Public static, what I did spelling. Public static void main documents are this done. Okay, so this is the way you can create the interface. What is multiple inheritance can be achieved through interface. How to create an interface? How to create an interface? You will create interface. Okay, you can create the interface by using the interface keyword, and you created interface. Inside that you have initialized the methods. Then you create the class to call these interfaces and declare the methods. Then one object need to be create for this, call these methods. Next, when you run this, from here it will run from the main method and it will print whatever there inside the method. This is the way we can use interface. Okay. So interface is this. And when I say about the framework, in framework level, how we will use this interface? Right now, what we are doing? We are creating a object of this WebDriver interface. This is the example of interface in Selenium. The main interface in Selenium is the WebDriver. It's an interface. Inside this interface, we are having so many methods, and that methods we are calling and declaring it. Okay. So here when we are creating, see what we are doing. We are opening, okay. This line, this piece of code is opening the browser, right? It is opening the browser and getting this login screen. So this one can be, we can write, let us say you are having multiple websites in your project. No need to write it again and again. You just create a method inside one interface and call that method, that common method wherever you want, and pass the site as a parameter over there. Fine. Then similarly, what you are doing, what are the common things we are doing? Once the test case is written, we run the test case. What happens? We need the, if the test case is pass or fail, right? If it is fail, we need the exact screenshot. That is common. So we'll have a one method called screenshot, class called screenshot, interface called screenshot, sorry. And there we will create a method, common method called void capture screenshot, and I will call that capture screenshot method in each and every time whenever you are running the test script. Fine. So I'll give a simple example here just to show you that how to use it. What you will do is you will create a interface. Okay, you will create a interface. Then inside that interface, let us say interface you will create. Okay, interface type. Okay, it's outside of class, that's why it's coming like this. Okay. Interface type, let us say WebDriver is the interface. I'm just telling how it works. Okay. Inside that interface, you will have a method called void open browser. This is the method you will have it. Okay. Then after that, close this interface. Then you will have, let us say, another interface called screenshot. Okay. And inside this screenshot, you will have another method called void capture screenshot. Void capture screenshot, you have another method. Fine. Like this, some more methods you will create. Okay. Then what you will do, you will create a class called test script. Okay. Which will implement these one. Okay. Like which one? First interface is WebDriver interface, it will implement. Then it will implement screenshot. Fine. These it will implement, and inside that, what you will do, you will write the code for this methods. Public void open browser. This method you will declare it inside this. Okay. Then what it will do, something, whatever things it is there, logic you will write inside this. Fine. Then what you will do, you will call another method called void public void capture screenshot. Okay. Capture screenshot you will, and whatever logic you require to capture a screenshot, you will write inside this. Fine. Then when you want, exactly you want to run What you need to do, you just need to create an object of this test script and call this methods. That's how we will use it in the actual Selenium. Fine. This is where we are using in framework. I'll explain. We'll do one thing today. We have some time. Okay, we have some time. What we will do is, last time I told you to create for this radio and checkbox, right? Oh, I told you to do the test script for it. But fine, we'll do it here. We have this folder. What is the folder? SRC main Java and test Java, right? So always remember, when you work with the real-time project, you have the folder structure, you should know. So what is the folder structure? So your folder structure will be the under SRC test Java, you will create the feature files. Okay, there will be one folder called new. I will create a package. Okay, that is called the folder. It will be a feature. Fine. Then, Naveen, in your project, which framework they are using?
Mm, I think that page
Page object model.
page object model, I guess.
Okay. So then we will create another folder called step definitions. Okay. Step definitions. It will be there. Fine. Then you will create another folder over here called pages, that will have all the pages related methods and locators. Then again one more folder you need, that is called runner. Sorry, not Java class. It is runner, okay, which will run the scripts, runners class. Okay, this is the way we have to create. Fine. Then under feature, what is, I already explained about feature. What is feature? Where your scenarios will be there, right? Under feature, scenarios will be there. So what you will do inside that, you will create a file. What will the file? We are creating a test scenario for my info, right? That is the my info, right? Feature. So this is the dot feature, is the extensor for feature file. What you will write inside this? You will write the scenario here. So first is, you will define the feature, right? When you are creating a BDD framework, first under feature, you have to define the feature. What is the feature? Last time I gave you one test scenarios. What is the test scenario I have given? Test scenario is, you have to go to this my info. Under my info, you have to update this personal details, right? So
Yeah.
this is our test scenario that I have to create, right? So first thing is, here under feature, what is our feature objective? Update personal details in my info section, right? This is our main goal. That is our feature. Under feature, what you will have? The scenario, right? You will have the scenario. What is the scenario? Scenario is admin logs in and updates the personal details, right? This is the scenario. Admin logs in and update the personal details. Sorry, personal details. Fine. This will be the scenario. Under scenario, what I said, that scenario will have the given, when, and then. These are the keywords we are going to use. First, always it will be a given. Given. What is given? Given is the page. Orange HRM page is given, right? So
Yeah.
admin is on orange HRM login page. That is given. Okay. So after given, what we will use? When. What we have the actions, what you have to with this login page, you have to give the credentials and login, right? So that will be the action. So admin logs in with valid, sorry, valid credentials, right? So this will be the actions. Then what else the action is there? And once we get, and there we will navigate to the, after then dashboard comes, right? Under dashboard, you need to navigate to where? Need to navigate to my info.
My
This
info.
page we need to navigate. So what you will write here? Here you will write and navigates to my info section. Okay, navigates to my info section. Once you navigate any other actions you are doing, all the actions you will write using end. Okay, after when, what things we will do, we will update these things, personal details. So that's also one action, right? So actions we need to perform by using when and end. So here what you will do, updates personal details, that we will do. Okay, once we do all the actions, then the result will return using then. What is the result? Result is, once you update this, we need to click on save. It should be saved successfully. That is our outcome. That will be in then. So personal details should, personal details, personal details should be saved
Right.
successfully. This would be the our outcome, right? So this is our
Yeah.
outcome. So now our feature phase is created. So this is how it is. Okay, feature phase. If you have another test case, like this is one test case is one scenario, then you can create here, again you can create another test case by using another scenario. Okay. If the under this feature you have 10 test case, then 10 scenarios you can create under this feature. This is how it will work. Okay, then you need a first, now we need to create, we have created the scenarios and the lines. Now we need to create, execute this all. For that we need to rewrite the logic, right? Logic we need to write. Before that, what we have done till now, we have in one test case itself we have written all the logics, but that is not recommended. We are not going to do like this. This is for only for the training purpose I have discussed. But now what we need to do is we need to create this way the actual framework. Okay, then we will go to one page, that is the login page where admin can log in, right? So that's the one page, right? Login page. So pages will be inside the pages folder. Here you have to create a new class called login page dot java. It's a class. Okay, so login page dot java, that's a class you have to create. Okay, here what you need to do is you have to do all the things what you have done in your actual login. So this is a login, right? We have done what we have done. We have set the property. We have done WebDriver. Okay,
Yeah.
so these things we'll do there. Fine. So, but these two things also again we need no need to write it in pages. This is comes under utilities. Okay, that I will explain again. How to write the utilities class, that I will explain for this set property. Under page, what will be there actually? Under page, there will be only we will declare create an object WebDriver driver. That's it. You will do like this WebDriver driver. Okay. Then here what you have to do, you have to define all locators. Then you have to define all methods related to this page, login page, that we have to do here. Okay. So what are the locators we have used for login? First we have for username, password, login. These are the three things is required for login, I guess. We need this. What are the things is needed? We need a username field, and this is the locator for username or password. Okay. For username, what is the XPath? Okay, this is for username we have used. This is for password. This is for submit we use, right? So these are the things are there. So these three things you have to edit in login page. Okay, how you will use? We have directly you will use by class. We'll use by class, then the name of the locator, user name. Okay, so it says when it is red means it is saying that import that class. Just click on this import class, it will import that package. That this is the complete package from where this by class is coming. Okay, by dot username equal to by dot xpath. No, we have given the xpath. So what is the xpath given? Xpath is this one. Copy this xpath, paste it here. Sorry, inside the double quote. Okay,
So what exactly it does by one?
yeah, I'll tell you. Okay, so here, if you see in here, what you did here, every time you are calling this object, you are
Hmm.
creating this, calling this find element method, then you are calling this by.xpath, right?
Yeah.
Okay, for this one, what I did is here in login page, I will directly call this by class. By class, what it does, it will indirectly, it is calling this find element method only. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
in a real-time framework, we are not writing find element. We will, what we will do, that find element we will do when you will create a call this locator inside the method. But here what we are doing, through by class, we are creating a locator name with the XPath, because here what you have seen is before we are using this web element type. Okay, and then one value we are giving this web element type, then inside that by.xpath we are giving. Similarly, no need to create a web element type is used whenever explicit wait is used. But here we are not using explicit wait. We need to just create a locator name by using by class. Okay, so whenever you want to define locators, you have to define like this: by class, locator name, then put the XPath locator value, either XPath or ID or whatever it is, like text or anything. Okay, there are different types of locators, right? By CSS name or anything, you have to give like this. Again, by class, password. Okay, is another field, right? By dot, this one is also you have, sorry, you have done by XPath, right? Inside it, okay, inside it. Give me 1 second. I have a call, or else I can continue for 15 minutes more. Mm, no, I can continue. Yeah. Okay. So here the XPath we have to give XPath for send. This is for the XPath. Okay. Input one. Fine. Login page. I have given the XPath. Okay. Next, by, what was that? Login button, right?
Mm,
Login
yeah.
button. Okay. By dot. This is also XPath. Huh?
Yeah.
Check. Hmm. By dot XPath. Okay. This is the XPath is there. Login button XPath. Fine. Login page. Come here. Okay. Done. There is no more locators, right? All the locators you will define like this. Okay. Once the locators are defined, what I said, we need to use constructor for each page to call the driver class, right? Call the driver class, you need to, sorry, driver object, you need to create a constructor inside each page. So here we will create constructor. Okay, here we will create constructor. How we will create? Constructor name should be same as class name. What is our class name? Login page, right?
Login page.
Public login page. Okay, same as, and we will create a parameterized constructor. What parameter I will pass? Parameter I will pass driver object. Okay, interface class parameter, sorry, interface parameter I will pass, driver object I will pass here. And then what I need to do inside the parameter, I need to define the whatever object I have created, the same object I need to define the this one, this interface parameter. Then how I will achieve it? This keyword I will use it. So I already mentioned that this keyword is used inside the same class. Okay, so this is the same class constructor I am creating. So I will use this keyword dot seed source. This is the okay variable you need to use it from WebDriver. Okay, this dot driver equal to what? See, the one it shows now one usage. Again, I will show you. I need to use which one? Same class field when you are using variable. Now it is no usage. So it is when I am using this field, it says one usage. So same class when you are using, you will use this keyword and you will pass this parameter driver. Okay, so what you did, you have created a login page constructor. Okay, fine. Login page constructor you have created. Now, where this constructor field will use when you are calling the methods of this page, no, there you will use it. I'll tell you how to create an object and use that one. Okay, when you will execute the test case, really. So for each page, how many pages you will create inside these pages, right? Folder. There you have to create that particular page constructor. Like let us say I will create another page called my info page. Then I will need to create a constructor for my info page. Dashboard page. For dashboard page, I need to create a constructor. Okay. So first locator you will define. Then you will create a constructor. Then you will define the method. What is the method? Our method name is login, right? We need to login as admin, login as admin. This is the method we need to create. Inside that method, what I need to do, first thing is I need to send a variable, sorry, value to username. I need to send a value to password. I need to click on login button, right? So how we will achieve this one? So driver dot find element for username, right? Here, what you have done by dot xpath you have written here, right? What you did? By dot x driver dot find element xpath, then send keys, then value. Here, already we have created the locator. No need to use by dot xpath. Just only call the locator name. Okay. So here you will just only call the locator name. So now it is in purple. It is used.
Hmm.
It is not used. Then what you need to do through this send keys, right? Send keys and the value. What is the value? Value is what?
Admin.
Admin 123, na?
Admin on
Sorry,
3.
sorry. No, no. Username is admin only.
Admin.
This is the value. This is the value you have to pass. That's it. This is not so complicated. Driver dot find element password dot send keys. Then admin dot 123, I guess. Admin 123. Admin 123. That's it. Okay. Next, what you need to do with this? You need to driver dot find element. Then what you are doing? Login button, right? So I will use here login button dot. What you need to do with this login button?
Click.
Click. Your method is created. This method is created. I just need to call this method now. Wherever my test script will be there, I'll just need to call this method. Similarly, this right now this page is done for me because I have only one method. I have created locator, constructor, and method is done. You can create pages required according to your project. Let us say I have another page called dashboard page. Okay, dashboard page. I have another page called dashboard. So inside this page also, What we are going to do? We are, because for each and every, no, you have to create a page first. Oh, before coming to my info, where we are going, we are coming to this page, right? Oh no, not there. Worksheet
Dashboard, I
here.
guess.
So you can see here, this is another page, dashboard page. So you have to create a page. Okay. So dashboard page also you will create. Inside that page, similarly, you have to create a WebDriver type object. Okay. Then here what we need to do, I need to click on this my info, right? What is
Yeah.
the inspect? Do you have? Oh my God. Okay. So my info is having here inside it having my info. There is any ID to this one inside the SP. Class is there, role is there, view box is there. Okay, this is the class. View details. Okay, it's having a link, or else we will take this text. That will be fine, right? Then span tag will take the text. So Control F, my info is one. It's inside the span tag, right? So I'll take span text equal to my info. See, it's giving. Okay. So this will be our locator for my info. So here similarly by your name, my info tab is the locator name. By info tab, again it asking to import the class. We'll import it equal to by dot xpath. Then this xpath you will give. Okay, done. Then with this, next what is, you have to create a constructor. Constructor you can create public dashboard page. Inside that you have to create a parameter of WebDriver interface, driver. Then this dot driver equal to driver. That's it. Your constructor is also done. Next is method. Method is public void click. For small action also we need to create a method. That's how it works. Public click my info. And then you just need to click, right? By driver dot find element. What is the my info tab? Dot click. Okay, that's it. Your dashboard page is done. So right now we have only one methods. In your future classes, or sorry, sessions or your project, if you have multiple methods and multiple interaction with this page, just only come to this page and create a method after this. Add the locators, add the methods. That is the easy way. That's why framework is built. If you are doing all the things in one test case, this program, sorry, class, then it is very difficult. If something is changes, it's very difficult to figure it out. Right now it is 30 line codes, but what if it is 2000 line codes? So that's why framework comes in picture, where we have all the folder structures, and then we will do according to that. Okay. So similarly, your task is just create a folder like this in your framework, create another class here called my info page. You have not done yet, right? For my info. So what you have to do is come to this my info page. This way only you have to create a driver object, constructor, all the locators, whatever is there inside the my info, no, edit there. Employee full name, ID, other ID, license number, license expiry date, nationality, status, date of birth, gender, for everything, whatever field you are finding over here, write all the locators. And if you can do it, create one method called update personal details. Okay. You just need to create a method inside it. After that, update personal details. This method you create, inside that, write a logic to add all the details over here. What are the details? You need to send keys to this field. Okay, just leave this calendar and drop down. I'll tell you how to do it in next class. You can do it for radio box and text fields. Okay, and checkbox you can do. These are the things you have to do. Okay, we'll see it in next class. How to do it next, like how to, after creating the pages, how to add step definition, how to run this feature. One scenario, then one complete test scenario running will be complete next class. Fine.
Yeah. So, Rashmi,
Hmm.
yeah, can you share recording for these